Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for iOS today is provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com.
Coming up, healthy eating apps without counting calories.
Plus, should you spend $100 for a pencil or two? And let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
All that and a few Apple TV tricks.
On iOS Today. iOS Today is brought to you by Wealthfront. Wealthfront is a low-cost, automated investment service that is the most sophisticated way for you to invest your money. Whether you've got millions or you're just starting out, visit wealthfront.com/iOS Today to sign up and get your free personalized investment portfolio. That's wealthfront.com/iOS Today. And by Automatic, the connected car company that improves your driving and integrates your car into your digital life. For more information, visit automatic.com/twit and enter the code TWIT to get 20% off your purchase. And by Texture, the mobile app that lets you access the world's most popular magazines anytime, anywhere, using your phone or tablet. For your free 30-day trial, visit texture.com/iOS. Wow, like we planned it.
Happy Cyber Monday.
Is
if
this
you're
it?
watching it today,
Oh, I got some
yes.
shopping to do. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize.
The Thanksgiving holidays in the U.S. are over. We all ate too much.
Black Friday, which is no longer just the U.S., is spreading to the whole
Everywhere.
world like a plague. Also over. But Cyber Monday, I think, was made up by USA Today. I'll be honest with
Oh,
you.
really? I knew it was a marketing-ish.
You know, we have Hallmark holidays. I think we
Yeah.
have USA Today shopping days. The idea, the theory anyway, was people wait to go online to shop until they get to their fast connection at work. Most of the people nowadays, I think the connection at home is probably faster than the connection
and I
at
think
work.
there was some study I read that said more people shopped online this weekend than they did in stores.
Huge, huge breakthrough. This is the first holiday shopping season, the first Black Friday that more people, not a lot more, it was like 115 million to 114 million, but a little bit more people shopped online than they did actually went to retail. That is big, right? That's a watershed moment, I think.
Yeah, and there are a lot more people shopping by mobile too. There was some statistic too. A crazy amount of people bought things on a mobile
40%.
device.
It was a big chunk.
Yeah, something like that.
Which surprises me because this isn't a great shopping experience. I mean, it's
No.
kind of a small screen stuff.
Yeah, but maybe this is a large screen. Maybe they were all buying the things on their iPad Pro.
Come to think of it, though, I bought a few things on my phone because you know what happens. You see it. There's a really good deal. Like I got an email from a company, and I said, "Oh, and I clicked it, and I couldn't help but buy it. Amazon makes it.
You could help but buy it.
No,
but.
I couldn't. Amazon makes it really easy too, because with one-click shopping, it doesn't really make a difference the hard thing on mobile is putting in your credit card and all that. But when you've made it easy, like Amazon does,
then
there's nothing to stop you, right?
But we're not talking about shopping. We're talking about food.
We're done
today.
with shopping. Now we're going to eat.
Right. No, we're going to eat healthy. I have some apps. You have some apps to teach us how to manage this holiday season and the food we eat in a healthy way, not an obsessive, I'm going to count every calorie way, in a healthy, using our iPhones and our iPads and our Apple Watches.
They kind of go together. This is one category where you might use all three. For instance, the iPad Pro, which is a nice size, is cookbook size. It fits right in my cookbook holder. You know, I have one of those plexiglass cookbook holders, fit right in there. So the recipe apps, and we've shown you many recipe apps. I really love, for instance, the New York Times cooking app that just came out. It has every recipe the New York Times has ever published, 17,000 recipes. So that, let me get started here so you can see, that actually fits beautifully on the iPad Pro. And if you're going to make a recipe, it couldn't be easier that, just put this there in your recipe holder. It's easy, okay? And that's kind of nice. But when you're shopping, you're not going to lug an iPad Pro around. Or maybe when you're planning, you might be in bed, so you use your iPhone to plan it. And then some of these apps, some of the ones we're going to show you, they'll even put the shopping list on your watch, which is awesome.
Right, or a reminder to eat healthy or any kind of things. Yeah, the small The small device is good, the big device is good.
Well, I got a few, you got a few. Go ahead, Munch.
Well, my Fitness Pal is the one that I always use for at least 2 or 3 days when we talk about it, and then I give up on it.
Well, it records everything. So it records what you eat, what you drink.
Right.
You have to do it manually. It will tie into things like your Fitbit or your Apple Watch to record exercise. And by the way, that's important because if you exercised hard for an hour and you maybe used up 500 calories, you want to include that in your calorie counting, right? It gives you 500 more calories you can eat.
Yeah, so I did yesterday, so I burned 369 calories. I think you can see that.
It's a little bright, maybe.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
And then, yeah, it added that. I didn't do anything to add that. It just automatically added that, so I got that extra calories. And then, yeah, I logged my food.
You do have to manually do your food.
Yeah, but you can use we've had this conversation before. I use a barcode because I probably eat a lot more processed things than you do. So things out of bags and boxes and things. And you can search that way or just add the foods.
There's another great thing about MyFitnessPal is the social aspect of this. So Dr. Mom follows me, and so she gives me a thumbs up when I've eaten, you know, a little or have lost weight. Look at Calco Moscow, just lost 3.9 fat pounds. So I'm going to give him a like. So that's kind of fun because it gives you a nice incentive. You have almost a little log of your weight loss, your exercise. It'll record both of those, and you can get. If you have friends on MyFitnessPal, they can give you a thumbs up. I like that.
So, but like I said, I use this for a few days and then I get tired of it. And that studies say that's true for many people.
It's hard to keep it up. One more thing this does, can I mention?
Yes.
So I've mentioned it on the air, but I haven't mentioned it on this show. I was, for a long time, my doctor said pre-diabetic. That meant I was too fat. My blood sugar was starting to go up. My blood pressure was starting to go up. He said, you're at risk. And finally, a couple of months ago, I went in for a blood test and he called me and said, you're diabetic. You have type 2 diabetes. I'm not alone. 17 million Americans now have type 2 diabetes. It's an epidemic, probably because of our American diet. But one of the nice things you can do, I was looking for a way to, and there are a lot of apps that will let you log your blood sugar as you do, you know, you prick your finger and you test your blood. But MyFitnessPal will do it too. Unfortunately, it won't do it on the phone. You have to go to the website, MyFitnessPal. But you can add metrics for other things, in this case, blood glucose. So I've added a couple of different measurements a day. And it'll give you graphs, it'll give you all the information, but you have to do it through the website. So if you're recording unusual statistics like blood pressure or blood glucose, you can also add those to MyFitnessPal. And I'll tell you what, this kind of management is so important if you have type 2 diabetes, because you can really make you can make yourself better by eating right and losing weight and taking care of yourself. So that's why I'm very interested in this subject today.
And so do you have reminders set up? Because I know MyFitnessPal is good about reminding you. Track your food.
Yeah, it annoys me all the time. You haven't had anything today. Yep. So I do it.
Well, what about the counting your bites diet? Have you ever heard of that?
For that, I'd need a special fork.
No, so this was an article I read in the New York
never heard of
Times
this.
about counting your bites for weight loss.
Okay.
And it's kind of, have you heard of like meditative eating, like really thinking about what you're eating?
And that's one of the reasons I'm overweight is because I don't. I eat
Yeah,
unconsciously and I stuff I'm not mindful, I stuff my face.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's kind of part of this. And they said that it's better than counting calories if you actually count how many bites that you take. And they did a study and they said, you know, they counted how many bites that people took. And
is there an app for that?
There is an app for that.
Oh no, you're kidding.
It's called Count Bites. And so, but what they said, what the study found was that people, when they reduced their bites by 20% or reduced them by 30%, it was the same. So you don't really even need to reduce them, according to this study, so much. It's just the mindfulness of it. Like, I am going to make a choice to eat less. They lost the same amount of.
But this isn't automatically counting your bites.
No,
you have to do it manually.
this is really not counting your bites. This is
logging
your bites. You have to count yourself. The phones don't do everything.
Let me see Count Bites. I got to see this. This is hysterical. By the way, MyFitnessPal, I guess you could add that as a special. Oh, look. It's like.
So, no, that's just my weight. I have to enter my weight. And then
it keeps track of that too.
So, where is that?
One of the nice things about MyFitnessPal is, and I think anything nowadays will do this, it ties in with Apple's Health Kit, and on Android it ties in with Google Fit. So they're talking to each other, and it will also tie in with, you know, things like your scale. I have a YThings Wi-Fi enabled scale.
You used to you've had that for a while.
I have,
you?
and there are other companies that do this now.
Yeah.
But what's nice is when I weigh myself, I don't have to record it it automatically goes into MyFitnessPal. It also goes into Google Fit and other things. So, and some of their scales will actually tell you body fat content, your BMI, things like that. So it's nice to have a fitness device, a scale. I also use their blood pressure measurer that also ends up going in there. This is the new quantified self movement. And you know, to me, it always seemed very self-involved and you know, kind of geeky. The people were keeping track of everything until I was diagnosed with diabetes, and that suddenly, this is a life-saving thing. This is something you really want to know and want to track. And you know, diabetics are used to this. I was talking to Brian Burnett, one of our technical directors and editor. He's a type 1 diabetes, has been for his whole life. And of course, he measures his blood glucose all the time. Keeping track of that stuff is a very interesting way to get feedback on how different food affects you. You track your mood, track your feeling, track your blood glucose, whatever it is. You can really start to get a sense of, it's a form of mindfulness, isn't it? What you're doing and what you're eating.
Well, I think it also can be a form of obsession too.
Well, you got to be careful.
Like, I think a lot of these trackers are actually connected to people with eating disorders because they are tracking too much and too obsessive with it. So you have to be careful with it.
That's, boy, a really good point. I have family members who have eating disorders, and that is a really good point. Is it can cross the line, and if you're prone to that direction, you got to be very careful. You don't want to get yourself back into that situation. So yeah, absolutely. On the other hand, if you're trying to lose weight, which is always a good thing to do, and reasonably, and trying to get to a reasonable weight, these things are a lifesaver. So, you know, I'm glad I have the Y Things scale and the Y Things blood pressure monitor, and I'm glad I have my iOS devices because it makes it very easy to monitor, even sleeping. You know?
Yes, yeah. So counting your bites is pretty.
Counting
your
bites, I have to try that.
Yeah, it's called Count Bites, and here you just, I would have to be eating and chewing actually for it to make.
So what do
sense,
you do? Do you tap it every time?
You
put in
40,
a bite of.
Yeah, you tap 40.
You actually, well, that makes it easier.
Yeah, and then.
And in a way
here's
that
my
slows you
baseline.
down too, right? You go, chew, tap.
Yeah.
Chew, tap. I might try that.
Yeah, Count Bites.
It's simple.
It's I'd never heard of it. My dad actually read the article in the New York Times and recommended it to me.
Here's I'm not a big fan of calorie tracking in general, right? Because I think that doesn't tell the whole story. Because and one of the things is nutrients, macronutrients. You know the macronutrients: fat, protein, and carbohydrate. But there's also micronutrients, vitamins, phytochemicals. All of these contribute to your health. And so I think it's a great idea to track also those chemicals. Here's an app. I like this app. It's called Wholesome.
Yeah, I like that one.
And what I love about it is it's whole food focused. Now, one of the things I'm trying to do is eat less processed food. In other words, my mung beans don't come with a barcode. So this is great because it lets you pick by color or style. So, oh, I had some leafy greens the other day. Okay, what were they? And here's pictures. I had a Savoy cabbage. Okay, and here you want to talk about micronutrients.
1.9% riboflavin.
Look at all this. This is how many calories, of course, 4 calories in 1 cup, but also much beta carotene. I don't even know what quercetin is, manganese, iron, phosphorus, all of these micronutrients, lutein, luteolin, vitosopherol, all of these things are things sometimes people want to keep track of. So this is great because you are now keeping track of even more. And if you're, deficient in iron, for instance, you're anemic, this might be something very valuable. Folate is great if you're pregnant, right? So these are things you want to keep track of. And it's nice they have some tips about the food, including for a diabetic, very important information, the glycemic index, pesticide risk. For instance, this particular kind of lettuce is a very high risk. It absorbs pesticides, so they recommend, if you can, eat organic, you'll be better off. And how to store it, how to prepare it, how to eat it. I love the colors. I just love how this looks. So this is if you're eating whole foods, and that's why they call it wholesome. And it makes it very easy to quickly drill down and see what's going on with the food you're eating, record it as well. And then there's also My Foods. So if you have an account with them, you could add your own foods to this, which is great.
And so you just click tap eat, and then it records it.
Yeah.
So.
Don't you? I mean, calorie counting is not a lot of fun.
No.
But the
So
idea
at the bottom
of quickly saying, I ate, whoops, that's the wrong button. If I ate this, I'd have to create an account, which I haven't done on this machine. But it's a great way to do it. So that's wholesome, and I think it's free, which is kind of nice too.
That is nice. I think wholesome is free too.
But I'll tell you what my holy grail is.
Okay.
And you can help me.
Okay.
Maybe the people at home can help me. My goal is, I have a whole bunch of recipes from a guy named Dr. Furman, who is kind of the guy I'm trying to follow. I think he really nailed it for me. And everybody should follow a diet plan that they like, whether it's paleo, Atkins, Furman, whatever. But I personally think Eat to Live is it. He has a bunch of recipes. What I'd like to do, he even has meal plans. What I'd like to do is have some app that I could enter the recipes in, plan my meals, and get a shopping list. Because it's a lot easier for me to diet if I know when I go home I've got the things I need to make a healthy meal for myself. So can you help me with that?
I can.
Importing the recipes, make just kind of what Pepper Plate did. Unfortunately, Pepper Plate doesn't work with Furman's website. So what do you suggest?
So Big Oven. It's
What?
been
I
around
know
for a
Big Oven.
while.
That was an app cap years ago. I love Big Oven.
It has been around for a while. It is free. There's also a paid version that, if you don't want to see all these ads. So we'll just try to type in Furman.
F-U-H-R-M-A-N.
F-U-H-R-M-A-N. And then search all recipes.
And you can add your own to this as well, right? I'd love the idea of not having to type in a whole bunch more.
And then
Oh, look, they're all in there.
look at these. So, do you want
look at
Dr.
that.
Furman's tomato bisque?
Yes. Or wait a minute, cinnamon fruit oatmeal.
Let's
I
start
have
with
his
that.
oatmeal every morning.
So-
Okay, so we tap that.
Okay. Let's go to the calendar section. I think that's how we do it. So here's the menu planner.
We're going to drag that. Oh, so we're making a menu. Okay.
Yes. So
Yeah.
let's see. So for tomorrow breakfast, this is what you want. I'm going to press it.
Oh, look at that.
It comes up.
And I'm actually going to assign it to a meal.
So
How many
breakfast
servings? I like that.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
You want to have one serving?
Yeah.
And then you save
Save it. And that's now in my meal plan.
Right. And then what
now,
do you wanna
is
have
that going
for
to go in the
lunch?
shopping list too?
Let's click on that shopping cart and see what
Okay.
happens. Select the days to add. I want to add. There we go. There's our shopping cart.
Oh, my.
You have added 9 items to your
Oh,
grocery
my, oh, my.
list.
Oh, me, oh, my.
Press save.
I love that. Big Oven is free. You do get ads in the free version. I think there's a paid version.
There is a paid version.
Because I have an account. Yeah, Big Oven Pro.
Big Oven Pro gets rid of the ads and lets you do
20
some
bucks a
other
year is a
things.
little pricey, but on the other hand, what price health?
You know what? The one interesting thing about Big Oven Pro is you can scan your recipes. It lets you scan your recipes. So if you have like your
That's
grandmother's recipes, you
great.
take a picture and
I
then it'll
do.
scan them in there.
OMG.
Do you think
All
your
right.
grandmother had Dr. Furman in mind?
No.
So yeah,
Grandma was a little chunky.
there's a ton of other.
Thanks, Grandma, but I got your genes.
So this may be good for using up leftovers. You can click that and tell us what you have in your fridge. I really like Big Oven.
Love it. I've used Big Oven for years when I'm in the supermarket because I think, what am I going to get? What am I going to make tonight for dinner? I don't plan ahead. I really should.
Right.
Especially now because I have to plan ahead because I don't have red lentils in the house. But Big Oven I've always used. I said, I think I'm going to make, those pork chops look good. What can I make? I'll find a recipe and then I'll know what I need to buy. But so it's kind of like an instant meal planner as I'm in the store. But I'm going to start using this. That's great. I did find one other that I thought was pretty cool, and it's called Pepper Plate. Have you ever heard of that one?
No.
So Pepper Plate is an app, but it's also a website. It's a planning recipe website. They do something kind of interesting. They will import recipes from other websites. So that's neat, but it's a little bit of a hardship because it doesn't do it in the app. Okay, so this is for iPhone and iPad. So you have to go into Safari. Let me go to. Let's pick. Well, first let's go to Pepper Plate. Actually, that's a shopping website. Let me go to. Well, I'll just type it in. PEPPR pepperplate.com. And I am Leo. I already created an account. You can actually use your Facebook account to do it, which makes it a lot simpler. Manage recipes, create menus, plan meals, and make shopping lists. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to import a recipe. So let's go import recipe. Now, they tell you which websites they work with. This is a great selection. Furman's not on here, but it's a lot of the places I get recipes from. The Food Network, of course. New York Times is in here. Real Simple is always great. The Pioneer Woman. Can't eat her food anymore, but I love her. Allrecipes.com. So there are a lot of sites, even King Arthur Flour. That's not somewhere I go anymore, but it's a place I used to go.
There was Vegetarian Times. Did you see that?
Yeah, there's a good selection of stuff. So let's get a recipe. Let's pick a recipe from King Arthur Flour, something I can never again make. holiday butter cookies. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy to the clipboard the address. Actually, that's not the one I want to do. Let's go back here.
Oh, there they are. King
And
Arthur.
copy it. I pressed the wrong button. And then I'm going to go to the Pepper Plate website. And this is the drawback, is I have to import it through Pepper Plate and paste it in. But watch what a good job it does. You know, I agree that it's kind of limited to the number of sites and, you know, it's a few extra steps. But when it does import it, hello, is it importing it? Well, and there you go, okay. So sometimes it works better than other times. That did not do a very good job of importing, even though this is one of the improved sites. I'll show you. Let's do another one. This is one I tried before the show. Command-C, copy. This is actually a good recipe. Turkey and corn quesadillas with guacamole. Love my guacamole. So let me go back here and let's try importing this recipe. Let's see if this one does a little bit better. Paste that in, Control-V, add, and I could actually do this like a cooking show because I've already done it. But you see now, this one, it did a better job. Thank you. So there's one drawback of Pepper Plate. Now, if I go into the Pepper Plate app, this is one of the nice things about it. It automatically syncs, so there's the recipe. Whoops, does it have the King Arthur recipe? It does, but see, see, it failed. So that's a shame. But here's the recipe, and you know, it's nicely formatted to fit the app. I can add it to a menu planner, or to my shopping list. And when I add it to my shopping list, boom, there are all the ingredients. And as I add more items, I can also sort it, and I think this is good by aisle or recipe. And generally, I think you want to sort it by aisle. So this is produce aisle, bread aisle, cheese. That makes it easy to shop for.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try Big Oven. Pepper Plate looks kind of cool. I wish it was better at importing. Does Big Oven have import features?
The
scanning thing is kind of cool.
Importing a recipe from another website.
Yeah, there. You know, it's so funny that, was it Broderbund? Somebody used to make a great recipe program for, it was Mac and Windows, and there was a standard database format. You could import recipes. And I feel like that system was so great, but it's kind of gone by the wayside. Those programs have kind of disappeared.
Well, there's 350,000 recipes that you can search through.
Big Oven's
so
great.
Not anything.
I'll tell you what, I'll report back next week, because I think this is the week that I'm going to get all those recipes in there, organize them, plan my menu, and then shop. And I'll let you know how that all worked next week.
Okay, well, I have a few more. YouFood. Also, I think this one doesn't, it's not an iPad app, and if I show it, then I have to move my iPad, so we'll just, how
show it on the phone, that's good.
There we go.
Does it involve
YouFood.
horses?
It doesn't. This is just the community of awesomeness. This is the Daily Awesomeness. So you'll see a lot of people taking pictures of their food.
Oh, fun.
So right now you can't take a picture of your food and have, you know, something automatically, like Google automatically say that those little, whatever they are, brownies are going to be, you know, 1,000 calories each.
Wouldn't that be great?
It would be great.
Does anything do that?
A person can do that.
I wish that I could just take pictures of what I'm eating. Because it's such a pain to log what you're eating.
So what YouFood does is it's kind of a community where people can say, that looks good, except those walnuts look glazed, and that's going to add some sugar to you.
Oh, so it is trying to be healthy.
Yeah, so it's a community.
Nice.
There is another app that is similar, which is not free. YouFood is free, and you can, if you're working with a trainer, so a lot of trainers or dietitians or nutritionists use this. So it's like, you can share this, and I will take a look at your food and tell you whether you should have had that jelly or not had that jelly. Or like, that looks like a pretty good meal. Maybe too much fat in the hummus, but...
So that's what you mean when you say a human can.
Yes. So this is YouFood, and it's free, and some dietitians use it to share, you know, to be able to comment on people's foods. But then there's one called Rise, which I think it is, let's move this.
Oh, I've seen Rise.
You have?
Yeah.
This is, you work with a trainer. It's $50 a month for this.
Well, if you had a trainer in the gym, it'd be $50 a session.
Right.
So a month's not too bad.
So you can go through, I don't know if you can see that. It's asking me question, what's motivating me to join Rise today? I want to feel healthier, I want to look better, I'm training for a race. I'm pumped, let's do this.
You're training for a race, aren't you?
I am. I'm going to run the hot cocoa run in January.
So this would be
10
perfect.
miles. So what's your eating style? Vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, paleo, I eat everything, or other? And then we don't have to show that. Then find my coach.
Oh, nice.
And here are the coaches.
That looks great.
You can read all about them. The reader, she's a reader, a runner, a nature lover. That's Nicole, Tanya, Kristen.
So these people you don't have to know in real life. They,
No. So what they will do is for your $50 a month, they will you will send pictures of what you eat, and they will comment at least once a day in every 24-hour period.
Right.
So they will say, you know, what I just said, like that looks good, except this and that. I don't think I would do this. I think it would be too much pressure to take a picture of everything I ate and send to someone.
It's mindfulness.
Is
it? Mindfulness.
I don't know, or is it nagging? That's where, like, I don't
There's
know.
a fine line between
I think
mindfulness
if I
and
really, if I really felt like I couldn't do it on my own,
Right.
then maybe I would do it. But right now, I think
That's
it's
what I
very
have Dr.
intimidating.
Mom for.
Yeah, it's intimidating to really take a picture of everything you eat
Yeah.
and post it. But that's Rise, and it's $50 a month, daily accountability. Since it's the holidays, this might make a nice holiday gift for someone that you care about, who you're concerned about how much they're eating.
Have you heard of Yumly?
I have heard of Yumly.
This is another one I came up with in my research, trying to find the perfect one. This is I'm signing up for it, so I'm a question mark male. I don't know. Oh, I have to. Here's my slider. Oh boy, it's going a long way over there. Let's. First
put it wherever you
first
feel.
time I've entered my new age since I had a birthday. Male who cooks for one adult and one kid. Okay, nice. Kind of an interesting setup. Tell us your favorite cuisine. Do you like American barbecue, Chinese, English, German, Hawaiian? Oh, look at this. Kid-friendly. Oh, I probably should have a kid-friendly cuisine in here. All right, I'll pick kid-friendly. There you go. I guess I could pick more than one. So what else should I have? I kind of like barbecue, but not anymore. Mediterranean, that's good for you. Next, all right. Now, it tells you, this is really great, of any allergies you have. So if you need to be gluten-free, this would be a great app to do that. I'm going to say, because I'm trying to be healthy, I have a dairy and an egg allergy, which I don't. But maybe that'll. And oh, well, see, I didn't need to do that because I could say lacto-vegetarian, vegetarian, ovo-vegetarian, paleo, pescatarian. That's you, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Vegan. They're all in there. Let me choose a vegan, a kid-friendly vegan diet. It's going to be popsicles. Do you have any disliked food? Alcohol, avocado, bacon. I hate bacon. Beef. See, it's actually opposite day. All the things I really wish I could eat more of, I have to say no. Pork. That's right out. Seafood, can't eat that. All right, sugar, never. And then you can add other disliked foods. So we've actually described kind of a profile. This is like social media. And how's your cooking? Beginner, intermediate, or advanced? I'm a good cook. So I'm going to press next on that one. And then it's going to give you selected recipes based on what you, a spinach smoothie with pear and ginger. Doesn't that sound good?
That does sound good.
All right, tap the yum to select recipes that appeal to you.
Did you
Well,
tap
let's
the
see.
yum?
I'm yummy on that one. Yummy in my tummy. Healthy green smoothie, all right. I'm not going to do healthy, the herb roasted potato nuggets.
look
As
good.
my mouth is watering. Avocado and tomato salad's one of the things I love the most. Garlic roasted asparagus, that's fabulous. Spinach avocado pasta, I'm not going to eat it, but I'm going to look at it. And low carb cauliflower rice. That sounds good. That's got to be healthy. So you can pick some more. And then it's going to personalize this for you. I think this is kind of neat. Yumly, it's free. YUMMLY. Although I'm thinking, at some point they're going to say, you know, Yumly would be so much better if you subscribed. Yeah, I bet you there's an in-app purchase. But it's sure beautiful,
It is
isn't
really
it?
nice. Yeah, and it has the
Yeah.
iPad app. A lot of those apps that
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
do
and
not have
also
an iPad app.
it's using the iPad Pro well. I
Yeah,
don't know,
it really
but I
is.
feel like this is a good use of it. 4-ingredient tater tots. I'm going to shop for ingredients, so let's add
Zucchini
that.
tater tots.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's where they make their money. Enter zip code for delivery. Oh.
You're not cooking.
So if you live somewhere where Yumly delivers, they would actually deliver your food.
Oh, so you didn't even have to cook.
No, I don't know. I think
Oh,
they
they'll
give
deliver
you
the groceries.
groceries.
Oh.
Yeah.
Meh.
Oh. That's a nice idea.
All right, so we have given you lots of
Yum.
options. We have gotten our diet in order. We're going to get through the next month, tracking our food, tracking our bites. Now we probably need to get our finances in order. That's
Oh,
another
it
thing,
must
don't you
be
think?
time to talk about Wealthfront. Wealthfront is so cool. You all have this same problem. I have this problem. You want to save. You have to save for your future retirement. kids' college fund, maybe buying a house, getting that down payment. Savings, a big part of what you should be doing. Problem is, where do you put the money? You're going to put it in a savings account where it's just going to disappear slowly? No. You want to invest in the market, right? You want to invest in equities and real estate and things. This is the way to do long-term investment that costs you less, because if you're investing for yourself, you're going to have to spend some time doing it. And I guarantee you, you'll forget, you'll stop paying attention, and your investments will go south. Or you hire an investment advisor, costs 1%, 2%, often 3% every year of the money you have invested. That means you have to make 3% more just to make even, not to mention the costs on transactions and other hidden fees. That's not going to work. So Wealthfront does this with computers. Computers work cheap. So it only is 1/4 of 1% per of what you've got invested. That's like $5 a month on a $30,000 account. Now, you may say, well, a computer, how well could that do? Well, this computer does really well. In fact, it does things humans can't do well. It's got the investment philosophies of some of the best minds on Wall Street, people like Burton G. Malkiel, who wrote A Random Walk Down Wall Street. This is one of the reasons I was excited about this. I read this book and I loved it. And I said, I got to implement this. Charles Ellis is Winning the Loser Game. They've got a board of investment advisors with more than 200 years of investment experience. They've written between them 16 investment books. These are the best minds in the business. They've poured their wisdom, their smarts, their techniques into the Wealthfront software. And the software is doing stuff a human can't do. Things like tax-aware asset allocation, passive investing to maximize gains. Of course, they're diversifying your portfolio. They're doing things like tax loss harvesting. You got to read to lower your taxes. You got to read this on the website, wealthfront.com/iOS today, to understand what they're doing. And by the way, when you go there, you get a portfolio for free. So you're going to tell them your time frame, how you feel about risk. Some people can tolerate more, some less. Once you do that, they will design a portfolio just for you. This is free. This is how they would invest your money. And by the way, you will always know exactly what they're doing with your money, because their dashboard shows every single trade they make on your behalf. You see exactly where your money is for all your accounts, whether it's personal or joint or retirement. They're optimizing your tax bill. They're optimizing your returns. No wonder they now have $2.6 billion in client assets under investment. They've grown 20 times in the last 2 years. Go to the website, wealthfront.com/iOS today. Please read up. Get your portfolio. If you decide to invest, you can start with as little as $500. And I really think this is great, your first $15,000 of investments are fee-free. Not 1/4 of 1%, nothing. Forever! Wealthfront.com/iOS today. For compliance purposes, I have to tell you, Wealthfront Incorporated is an SEC-registered investment advisor. Brokerage services are offered through Wealthfront Brokerage Corporation, member FINRA and SIPC. This is not a solicitation to buy or sell securities. Investing in securities involves risks, and there is the possibility of losing money. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. Please visit wealthfront.com to read their full disclosure.
Speaking of making money, you spent some money, you got the pencil?
So this is a good story.
Okay.
Remember, I ordered it. I was just checking my order. I had to cancel it on the Apple site because I ordered it when I got my iPad Pro. I got my iPad Pro the next day, went to the store, no pencils. In fact, they said December 14th.
That's a long time from now.
2 more weeks.
Yeah. It's not right.
Figure it's Black Friday. I figure it's a good time to go shopping, go to the mall. Nobody will be there. Day after Thanksgiving, it'll be quiet. Go to the Apple store just to browse, just to look, just seeing what's going on.
Nobody was there.
It was jammed.
Yeah.
Don't understand it. Actually, we went to bring something in for repair, so we had a genius appointment. But I'm looking over there, I go, wait a minute, there's 3 pencils on the shelf. 3! The guy I was talking to, hi Fred, he's a fan. We go in the store, he's at the Genius bar, two little eyes come up over the top of a monitor, go, hi Leo. Hi Fred, hi Leo. And he said, you remember me? I said, he said, I'm the guy you brought your wet iPhone to. Oh yeah, you Fred. So
he just handed you over a pencil.
No, he didn't. I bought it, but he said, yeah, I can't believe there's 3 sitting there.
Yeah.
That's unheard of.
Yeah.
So apparently the stores get some every day. They usually sell out every day, so get in there early. I was just lucky. It was, but I got one. $100. Lisa got one too. We both canceled our orders online. Fortunately, because it's 2 weeks off, we were able to do that. So now I can, you know.
What do you think?
What do you think?
I
What do
haven't
you
used
think?
it.
I thought you had a pencil.
I don't have a pencil.
Oh, crud. I should have bought you one.
Mine was the one that you were ordered that we were waiting for, right? I have this. Well, I don't know. What do you think?
I thought
Should
you
have
said
bought
you
me
got
one?
a pencil.
No.
I'm so sorry. Lisa said, oh, you got to get Megan one too, right? I said, no, she already got one.
That's okay.
Well, yeah, I think, you know,
I have many pencils. They
here's the
have
problem.
lead.
Here's the problem. I have an art folder, as if
You're going to.
I'm going to be an artist. I'll show you one of my great creations if you want to see it. Here we go. Whoops. Isn't that beautiful? So,
That is really nice.
yeah. So this is paper by 53. 53 is the company, paper's the product. I say 53 because paper, there's like 4 papers in the store. But this is a nice one because you can choose a variety. Like, look, here's a little fat thing, okay? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, rest your palm on it. Can you rest your palm on it?
Yeah, I can do this, and it still doesn't, you know, it's
Right.
not, it knows where the pencil is.
Yeah.
And this is called palm rejection. It's important because with something this big, you know, like if you're doing handwriting, you're probably gonna, you know, rest your palm on the paper.
Yeah, especially a lefty like you.
Yeah. You know what? This is the best thing ever for a lefty.
Yeah.
I for a long time, I wrote upside down, right? So I wouldn't drag my fist through the ink. This really does, you know, and so it works, right? You can make it be a little laggy if you really, you know, push
If
it.
you try.
This is a watercolor brush. Look at how.
Yeah.
I should do a new one because
You
it's.
click done. And
Yeah,
then-
let's start a new one, shall I?
Yes, you
Yeah.
shall.
Yeah, I'll send you that one if you want.
Okay.
It's
I
kind
would
of a
like
work
that.
of art. But look how the oh, this is text. I don't want to do text. I want to draw.
No, you want to draw.
So look how if I press light, if I press heavy, I mean look at that. That's amazing.
It is.
Isn't that incredible?
And, you know, Finley, who is a viewer from New York City, he says you can learn to draw too. He says you need a book called Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain.
I know that. It's a classic. In fact, I have it. Still can't draw.
Have you read it all? Maybe this is your key to mindfulness in your whole life.
No, you know what? I have drawing from the left side of the brain. Maybe that's the problem. I need to
need
get
to
the
draw
one
from
from
your
the
right
right
side
side.
of the-
Oh! All this time I was on the wrong side.
Finley also recommends an app called Understudy that will teach you how to draw with a real person.
Okay,
you
I
can
will
get to.
do. You know what? I will do this because I've always wanted to draw. You know, one of the things I think is true is that just remember when you probably don't. You're too young. The laser writer came out. Apple put out the first laser printer and really put you know, layout and publishing on the desktop.
Right.
Desktop publishing,
I
right? With
remember
Page. What was it? Page.
PageMaker.
Maker, yeah. And what did we see? A lot of documents with 500 fonts, Comic Sans. I mean, they had no taste.
Right.
They went crazy. And I think, and I've already started to see this, I don't know about you, in my feeds, my Facebook and my Instagram, people who can't draw are drawing.
Oh.
Oh, look at my Superman.
Well,
There's
they can
too many
draw,
people.
but they don't have to necessarily share it.
Yeah, draw all you want,
Draw
but you
for
don't have to
yourself.
share your perfect creation because it's not that great. And I promise I will, until I get good, I won't share it.
Right.
As soon as I look like. Now, I did find out one thing. Okay, so that's 53, paper by 53. At first I thought, another great Laporte original.
Is that just your mood?
At first I thought you couldn't do notes in Notepad, in Apple's own note app, right?
What? Do you need to make a new note?
Well, let's make a new note. And when you first get in there, the keyboard pops up and you're going, blah, 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 and what's going on here? How do I draw?
Oh.
How do I? But then I noticed this little
drawing.
squiggle down
Yeah.
here. Oh. And they, in fact, do have a couple of tools. There's a kind of a regular pencil-y tool. There's a magic marker tool. Isn't that kind of amazing how they,
Yeah.
like, that? It's just like real. That's the pencil tool. It's a little lighter than the pen tool. There's even a ruler, which is kind of cool. You could draw straight lines with a ruler. And if you have an eraser, you tap the eraser. There's no eraser on this, but you can tap the eraser. I've found it's easier to use your finger to erase things if you want. But I'm such a good artist, I very rarely erase.
And do you think you'll find yourself like annotating web pages and such?
No,
That's
but
what-
I'm doing a lot of this, a lot of drawing. Actually, one of the things that's cool
Still have the
about...
eraser on.
Oh, that explains it. I thought I would. One of the things that's cool. Let's delete. Yeah, why not? You can delete that thing too. Oh, and you can. So actually, this is what I was trying out because what I wanted to know is
Is that your
this good?
handwriting?
Yeah.
Huh. It's so funny. I've known you for so long, I don't think I've ever seen your handwriting before.
But one of the things I was want to see if you could handwrite at a normal size, right? And probably you can't with it like propped up like this. Oh, here I go. This is the accordion shuffle. I also got the Apple keyboard case, and I really can't figure it out. But you can. Whoops, let's get a pencil. I am writing normally, right?
And look, you remember how to write and everything.
Yeah, well, I can only do about 5 words before my hand gets all cramped up. But that's kind of neat, is that you could use this to take notes. And this is the Apple Notes program. So you could do that. And it, with a ruler, you can draw lines and all that stuff. And this is kind of neat, right? So,
So for $99, what do you think?
if you're a student and you like to handwrite notes, I think this would be great. And there are other programs like, I think, Notability and other note-taking programs that will also support the pencil. If you're a fine artist, of course, you're going to get, paper's a good start, but you're going to get Procreate, which is kind of amazing. I'll show you, because Procreate is such a good tool. I was able to do this in only, actually what I'm good at with this is basically defacing other people's art. So,
How much is Procreate? Is that like one of the $15 apps?
How much is it? $6, I think, $5. It's not expensive. Procreate you should get. And by the way, my mom is an artist, and I think she's going to really enjoy this. So I'm going to get this for her. Brush opacity, brush size. You see, you have a lot of settings here that you can modify. There's I think there are a variety of brushes as well. And what's nice about this is you can also do layers. So if you're a Photoshop person, you're used to layers. Layers are a very natural way to work for this kind of thing. They've done a nice job. This really is a pretty spectacular program.
So $99, no Black Friday deals. How does it charge?
This is $99? No, the pencil is.
The pencil, yeah.
The pencil
The pencil's
is,
$99.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is kind of cool. So when you first get it, and this took me a while to figure out. Wait a minute, hold on.
That smart cover is
$170.
Smart keyboard.
But you know what? The keyboard's not as bad as I thought. And one of the reasons I got it is because, okay, so we both bought the Logitech Procreate keyboard. It's big and thick and heavy. This is kind of like the smart cover for the traditional iPad. It's not very thick, even with the keyboard. It doesn't protect the back. It only protects the front. But it's light and thin. And so I think I might prefer this, actually, even though it doesn't have those special...
So this big one.
Yeah, even though it doesn't have those...
This big one's pretty clunky.
Yeah, because...
But it does cover everything. So, yeah. And I do like this keyboard. And
see, I feel like I'm doing something wrong with this.
Now you're an artist. Just draw just like that. So we're going to you were going to show me how it charges.
Yeah, hold on.
Super easy, obviously.
There, okay. But I feel like I had originally said don't get the Apple keyboard because it's $20 more, it doesn't have the special keys. These keys are more chiclet-like, but feel that, they're not bad.
Yeah.
They do move. I think this is actually, I'm going to use this keyboard instead. I kind of like this better. It's a lot easier to get on and off, right? I had so much trouble with the Logitech. All right, let me show you the charging. So this pencil for $100 comes with one replacement nib, by the way. The nibs just screw off. And at some point, Apple says they're going to put out nib kits that'll give you different style nibs.
Why would you need to replace the nib?
It wears out.
Oh.
Who knew? Apple says it will wear out. Is this slick glass? I don't know why, but I guess it wears out for some reason. So as you wear your nib down, you're going to have a second nib in the kit, and they will sell nib kits with 5 nibs of different types. On the other end, instead of an eraser, you've got the lightning charger. When you first, and another thing they include in the box, by the way, is an adapter. So you could plug this in, if you have a lightning cable, you could use the adapter to plug this in and charge it via the lightning cable. But I think you don't ever need to do that, because watch. You plug this right into the lightning cable, and it just kind of sticks out there like that, the lightning port on your iPad. And the first time you use it, you must do that, because then it'll say, oh, I see you have a pencil. You pair via Bluetooth, and then you will, among other things, you'll get to see your battery. By the way, mine came with a lot of battery. like 100%. This is this is in the notifications. That's where the battery starts showing up. You see your iPad's battery, but you also see, and this is the battery
So
widget.
79%.
Now, what's interesting, I charge that. Did you see that
81%.
jump?
Yeah.
I charge this to 100% on Sunday. So Apple says it'll go a long time. I think you're going to charge it every week, but it charges really fast.
It better, because that's so awkward, just sticking out like that.
Yeah.
It just looks weird.
Yeah, you're not going to want to carry it around like that.
No,
you're
and
not
you
gonna
don't want to
put it in a
walk by
briefcase.
it. You might knock it over.
But as I said, they do ship an adapter so you can charge it with a regular plug-in. They say you can get, 10 minutes use in 30 seconds, and I would say it's about half an hour to charge it fully. So I don't think, it's already at 84%. It's already up, what was that?
Yeah,
6 or 7?
79, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then, of course, you can buy, like, Apple Pencil chargers for your desk. Beautiful
You know
ones,
what
I've
I
seen.
wish Apple had sold a way to attach this pencil?
Yeah,
Because
so you don't lose
it
it.
just, I know I'm going
Right.
to lose it.
You want to stick it in somewhere and get it stuck like you did with that stylus.
I would like to have, well, you know what Microsoft did? They put a little magnet there, and
yeah.
that works pretty well on the
That's
Surface.
weird that they didn't do that.
If you have a keyboard, it's not such a big deal. You could put it right there on the keyboard. It just sits in between the iPad and the keyboard. That's not bad. But there's no loop. There's nothing. It's free flow. There's not even a pocket clip on this. It's just kind of a free flow.
I feel like there's something really weird going on with the pencil. Like, it wasn't ready when you ordered
Right.
it, and it's not in, and then it's like these weird things. Like, it looks, I've never seen an Apple product that looked so awkward charging.
But can I say this? If you're an artist, or if you're going to be doing some sort of sketching or drawing on your iPad Pro, that's why you bought the iPad Pro. Really, the reason you bought the iPad Pro is more real estate and the pencil.
Right.
And I don't think you probably shouldn't buy an iPad Pro unless you know what you're gonna. I've said this before. You know what you're gonna do with it, and you know that you need that real estate or you need that pencil.
Right.
And if you do use the pencil, I think you're gonna be blown away. I mean, it makes me want to draw. So I'll go out and get dressed. Now, which side of the brain?
Right side. The
Drawing
right
on
side.
the
Don't
right
only
side.
draw-
Go out and get
Don't try
that.
to draw on the left side of your brain. It'd be chaos.
That explains a lot.
All right, so we have some Apple Watch fashion. We both have some new fashion. some
Yeah,
new
we got
bling
these in
to
the
our
mail,
Apple
right?
Watch.
Catalyst sent us these Apple Watch cases.
Yes, yours is for rugged wear. Mine is for fashion wear.
It's waterproof. It's drop proof. It's a kind of a plastic container. This is the white one. They have various colors. White with green buttons. Aesthetically, it looks like a Fisher-Price toy. I mean, these buttons continue to work. You know, the traditional buttons continue to work, but they're kind of big and they're plastic. Look, see, I have a time machine and everything. But and you can still swipe. There's no cover on the sapphire or the glass. You actually comes with a little mini screwdriver because you unscrew this, you remove it, and then you put your watch. You take your band off. You have to use the Catalyst band. You can't use any of the bands you own, and then you put it in there. But I imagine it's going to give you some protection. It's
Waterproof too.
and that's kind of cool. They
IP68.
do suggest you test it first before you assume that it's waterproof. Isn't the watch slightly waterproof?
It's slightly. They don't say that because I don't think they want you to.
Some people
go-
shower with it.
I do.
Really?
Yes, and I haven't had a problem. Sometimes I don't.
I think the sport should be somewhat waterproof because
I think it's-
you're going to get wet.
yeah.
You're running in the rain. You're going to sweat.
Yeah, I think it's pretty waterproof. Just like the iPhone 6S is
Right.
supposedly waterproof. They don't say it, but
Right.
once you've broken it open, you can see there's a pretty good seal in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
$68.
It's not super attractive. I mean,
If you're going surfing in it.
yeah, I got the fancy stainless steel one, so I hate covering it up.
Yeah.
But it is rugged, and I can't believe we did this. Michael, our 12-year-old's birthday was this week, and Lisa, I didn't do this, but Lisa bought him an Apple Watch, the Sport. And
No
so he's
hoverboard, just an Apple Watch.
yeah, just he kind of wants a hoverboard, but yeah, we gave him
But now
the
you
Apple
can
Watch.
contact him, and he doesn't
I
have to
think
worry
that's
about leaving
kind of the
phone.
point is
Yeah.
that Lisa can chat with him and stuff, and
Right.
school frowns on him taking out his phone, so
Yeah.
this way, I think for a student it's not so bad. But I think that I'm going to make him use one of these.
Yeah.
Because I think that this will keep that watch a little bit more pristine. So, this is from Catalyst, and you said what, $50?
$59.
$60.
Yes.
Okay. What do you have?
$59.99. So I have a fancy new. So I have the Sport Watch,
Oh, look,
but
you have a Sansa belt.
this is a band that is 100. It's 125 compared to the $400.
This is my dad used to have this on his watch. It's, you know, it's the expanding watch band.
Yeah, but it is simple. You can get the band. You can get an Apple Watch
Apple
band
doesn't
like
sell.
this.
They sell a Link band, but I don't think it does that, does it? No,
It doesn't.
do
I don't
that.
know.
No.
No, it doesn't do that. It's not stretchy.
No, it's not stretchy.
So this is $125. It's
That's the Spanx of wristwatches.
It is. And they also sell $65 bracelets that you add to it. I think we have the website. It's Existwear with an X. Existwear. So you can get the $125. They sent me this is the silver one, but
That's
there's
kind of
also
retro.
the rose gold.
Oh, I
And then
like
you
that.
wear the bracelets up along your arm for beauty and fashion.
Oh, you can get stacking bracelets.
Yes, like that. See?
Yeah,
Look
women
at
do that.
Yeah, they do.
Men don't usually, but women do that.
No, there's
I don't know
women.
why, but they
Yes,
do.
yeah.
And they like to put the, they like to do that. Yeah, I've seen that.
Existwear.
I might. That reminds me of my dad's old Timex.
Yeah,
It's kinda
well, see,
fun.
I've never seen the $425 Link band. I thought it did this.
No,
doesn't do
I
that?
don't. Unless I'm wrong. No, I don't. It doesn't. No, it doesn't expand. It just is. It just is.
And so, yeah, it's super easy. You don't need a screwdriver or anything. You just slip
Right,
those out.
because it
You know
fits
how
at
to
one
take
one
these out
wrist
here.
fits all.
Here,
Yeah.
You just press that button.
But
on the
you know,
back.
you got to be careful. If you got a lot of, if you got hairy wrists,
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna, that's gonna
It
hurt.
does. It wasn't as comfortable as I wanted it to, but you know, I am an exception. All right, Amazon. Here's. Oh wait, no. Yes.
What are we doing next?
Now we're going to give. I'm going to give you some news. You ready for
Okay,
this?
news.
It's a rumor.
Wait a minute. Before you do that, let's give you some news. My pencil is at 100%.
Well, that's good. So
Now I've lost the
now
cap.
you can take it off there. Oh, no, you didn't.
No, but you will. You will. Promise you.
All right. The Amazon Apple TV app is allegedly in the works. Have you heard
Oh,
this
good.
rumor?
So I could sit in my couch and spend money.
Yes. No, watching TV, watching like Amazon Prime.
Oh!
This is a rumor.
Oh my gosh. You're kidding me.
Well, it's a rumor.
Because Apple TV never had Amazon streaming before.
Right. That was our big complaint, that you can't, that you have to AirPlay.
In fact,
and-
Amazon said we're not going to sell the Apple TV because it doesn't
Right.
have Amazon streaming.
So.
But that
and-
means Amazon has to write the app.
Right, and Apple said, you know, it's not us. They haven't submitted it. We would put it up if they had it. So there's an engineer. His name is Dan Boston Weeks, and he tweeted at Amazon, and they said that they had one in the works.
That would be
So-
incredible.
So that it's he said
I sent feedback to Amazon via the Amazon Instant Video iOS app about supporting TV OS. They say it's in development.
So that's.
In fact, they've already done one. What's interesting, though, is I wonder if this Amazon's going to do something that they know will get rejected from the App Store.
Oh.
And then they could say, hey, we tried. They won't. They wouldn't. No, they would. No.
Maybe. But so this is just, and other, like a lot of people have tried to contact Amazon and they haven't been so specific as they were. So that could just have been some errant rogue help person.
If
that
they
said,
do that, then I will have no hesitation in saying the Apple TV is the best internet-connected device for your TV. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's the one thing it's missing.
Right, and all the
Love it.
all the
well,
Amazon
no,
shows.
there's two things: that and Google Play. Put that and Google. If they had that, Google Play, and Stitcher. If they had Google Play, Amazon, Stitcher, and Crackle, then if they had
Well,
actually, they
Amazon
have
is the one
Crackle.
that has the specific content that everyone wants to watch. All of the Amazon content.
See, this is what Amazon will do, though. Beware of this, because they do this also on the Xbox. Microsoft, like Apple, takes a cut of anything that they sell in the app.
Mm-hmm.
So what they do with the app on Xbox, not on Roku, not on my television set, but on Xbox, is that you can't buy anything. You can only see what you've already bought or Amazon Prime if you're a Prime member.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to buy something, you have to go to the Amazon site, buy it, and then it will show up in your. And I'm sure they'll do that with Apple because they don't want to give Apple their 30%.
Yeah.
But that's all right. I
Right.
would still be able to watch my Good Wife. I bought Good Wife already. Actually, no, it's on Prime. And
Yeah, it is
I
on
want to
Prime.
watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, and all the Amazon Studios shows that you can watch. So not yet, but there's a rumor. It looks good. And now can we talk about Automatic, which I've been using, and
Have
I
you been
love.
using your
I have
Automatic
been.
mug?
Yes, Automatic. Yes, I did use my travel mug. I even used my travel mug. I put some iced tea in it.
I
and
wish I
drank it.
had mine. I'm taking this. So this is the Automatic. It is a device that connects to the OBD2 port in your car. You know what? You may not know it, but you have one. Every car made in the U.S. since 1996, and most cars made around the world since 1996 have an onboard diagnostic port, OBD port. It's usually below your steering wheel in the front, in the driver's seat, accessible in the driver's seat. Very easy. You just pop that in, and it connects to your iOS or Android device via Bluetooth and tells you so much about what's going on. Of course, you start with the automatic app, but it works with a lot of other apps too. In fact, there's an app for teenagers that teaches them to be better drivers. There's a whole lot of great stuff in automatic, but I'll show you what my automatic app does. So once it pairs, it knows a little bit about you. It knows what kind of car you have, and it knows what your fuel costs are. And so every trip you make, it's recording. So I just took a 113-mile trip. Took me 3.53 hours. Let me go back to the map here, because I drove Henry to the airport. So that's a trip to the Oakland airport.
Cost you $18 to drive him to the
And
airport.
I now know how much it cost. That's actually really great information.
Do you know,
I know
how
what my
they
mileage.
get that price? Because I looked that up.
They do. They know your fuel, your average fuel mileage, and they based it on a local cost, I think, too.
Well, they know when you're filling up your tank with gas, because it's in your OBD port. That's something you know we're getting, and so they know, they pick up what the price is there.
Oh, they
where
do?
you're getting gas.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
and if
nice.
it doesn't
Actually
have
look it
that,
up.
if it doesn't have that information
Then
for
they
whatever
estimate.
reason, then they average.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was fascinating.
that's really neat.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
We should
Yeah.
say, I don't think we said that they're a sponsor. I think that I just
Oh,
launched
this is an
into how much-
ad.
So we should say that. This is an ad.
I think
Let's be upfront.
the thing
I
that
know,
says
but if someone's just
automatic.com/twit save
listening,
20% with the code
if someone's just
22.
I just launched into how much I liked it. I just want to be upfront.
No, you're right. It's an ad,
And I like it.
but I've been using this for a long time. Actually, I reviewed the original automatics. They fixed so much with the automatic too, and with our 20% off, it's really affordable too. So I now am a big fan. It's got a great UI. I mean, they've really made this easy. And by the way, you can tie it into if this then that. So I have it automatically logging trips to my Evernote notebook. You can tie it into your Alexa, your Amazon Echo. So you could say, Alexa, how much gas is in the tank? And you don't have to get out of bed. Well, if you're in bed, you don't have to get out of bed to know whether you need to fill up the car. It also ties to your Apple Watch, as you can see. You can see all that information there. And there's a lot of other stuff. For instance, when your engine light goes off, it'll tell you what that means, what the diagnostic is. You can, look it up in the manual, but this is a lot more information. In fact, it's also a lot more readable in plain English. It can integrate with your thermostat, your Nest. It can integrate with your mechanic. FreshBooks. FreshBooks are another one of our sponsors. Will actually log mileage based on the automatic. So, I mean, this is just awesome. Apple Watch and Pebble are supported. There are no subscription fees, no monthly fees. Normally $99.95. Use the offer code TWIT. TWIT, you're going to save 20% on your new automatic. Version 2.0 is a hit. Do you like that? Wait a minute. Do not disturb while driving. That's on Android only. But it knows you're driving, and you can actually say, don't ring the phone. Kids, no texting. There's so many good things about this. You just got to check it out. It is automatic.com/twit. Save 20% when you use the offer code TWIT. And let's not forget,
The travel cup.
you get a free travel cup with every automatic. I threw my packaging out. It was so dumb. It's like awesome.
It is. It's a good travel cup. Comes with a top and everything. All right, so now we have a few questions. We have a question about the iPad Pro from Josh.
Okay.
Josh asks, can the iPad Pro do the Hey Siri feature without it charging or hooked up to power like the iPhone 6s can?
And he's going to be watching today.
He's going to be watching today, so good thing
Yeah.
we're answering.
Let me try it. Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. Your phone's waking up. Hey, Siri. Okay, the answer is
No.
we just proved it. It won't. And in fact, if you go into the Siri settings on your iPad Pro, it says you can speak to Siri without pressing the home button by saying, Hey, Siri, when connected to power. This is kind of how it used to be in iOS 8. I don't know why. I guess you said it doesn't have the A9.
No, it does have the
coprocessor? It
M9
does.
motion coprocessor, and I'm not sure why it doesn't do it, except for maybe they just want it to be just for the iPhone 6.
I wasn't talking to you.
I think that maybe they want it to be a feature that's only with the 6S phones.
There's a few things the iPad Pro doesn't do. It doesn't do the 3D touch. I kind of miss that.
Well, maybe some people don't want their iPad Pro listening to them all the time.
Well, then you could just turn it off.
You could, but maybe that's why.
For whatever reason, right
can't.
now it doesn't. There's no reason hardware-wise it couldn't. So Apple's just decided for some reason not to turn that on.
We also got a letter.
Wow, when I got this, I thought, oh, thank you. You know, the post office handles our mail so carefully.
Well, there was an item inside the letter. I think that's what happened because the
machine
machine crunched
ate.
it up, and it came all the way from England. Would you like to open it?
So, you know, by the way, it could be the U.S. Postal Service or it could be the Royal Mail that's
Right, we
crunched
don't
it.
know.
But here's the nice thing. It actually came. It got here.
It did get here.
It got here like this. And what does this stamp say? Unfortunately, I can't read the stamp, but I'm guessing it says something like damaged.
You owe us 10 cents or something.
Isn't that funny? Even the stamp was damaged. Okay. Well, it makes it easy to open. And thank you to Octane Sport, Michael Stride, for sending this along. I'll do this in an English accent.
Okay, please do. That's what I was hoping you would do.
Dear Mr. Laporte, a year ago, you mentioned on one of your shows that you'd like a Remembrance Day poppy. Oh, I did mention that on Veterans Day.
Don't lose the poppy.
The poppy is something that in the UK and in Canada, they wear on Veterans Day to commemorate the fallen. And it comes from, of course, World War I and the poppies in Flanders Field. And I was at, it was in London, at the Tower of London last year. They were putting beautiful ceramic poppies in, one for every member of the British Armed Forces that died in, I guess in World War I, maybe it was World War II, but it was a beautiful sea, more than 1 million red ceramic poppies, and I tried to buy one, they were all sold out. Anyway, he said, I set a reminder on my iPad for a year's time. Oh, so he got this
Yeah, he got the reminder.
a year ago when it popped up. But I guess that's what a reminder is for. I'd forgotten about your comment, but I guess that's what it was a reminder for. Jolly useful. I'm sure you're aware the poppy was chosen as a symbol of remembrance, as it was the flower that appeared on the fields of Flanders after First World War. They're made by a team of 50 mostly disabled veterans year-round in a factory in London, 30 million of them. Poppies, not veterans. It's normally worn on the lapel in the 2 weeks before the 11th of November. Unfortunately, because of the state of this envelope,
we were a little
didn't
bit
get
late,
this.
but there's
But
the
you know
poppy.
what's great? The poppy
The
survived.
poppy survived. It actually came apart, but I put it back together.
Oh, you fixed it?
Yes.
Oh, isn't that nice? I will, you know, I'm going to wear it now. It's a little bit after Remembrance Day, or as we call it,
But every day
Veterans
should
Day
be
in the US.
Remembrance Day.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that. That's great.
It's good to do this a couple weeks after Veterans Day.
I like it. I'm going to poke a hole in my sweater. Maybe I'll just put it right here. You can hear me rustling. That is so sweet of you.
Yeah,
thank you, Michael.
We love your letters.
Keep them coming.
Yeah. 140 Keller Street, 94952.
At least for now.
For now.
We'll tell you when the new address is in effect. That's just scared a lot of people. Like, well, we're just thinking if there's an earthquake, we might move down the street.
Right.
Just
okay,
saying.
Good. Jacoby has an Apple TV tip. He says, we all know that on the new Apple TV, you can ask, what did he just say to the Siri remote?
I
What
do
did
that
she
all
say?
the time.
Yes, I do too.
I see Crazy Eyes said something. I don't know what she said. I said, what did she just say? It backs it up, plays it back. It's so awesome.
So let's...
Anyway, what else? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
So he says that you can also ask what just happened, and
Oh.
the program will rewind 30
seconds.
So we've got our Apple TV here.
He says he did it by accident. He was watching an action movie. He said, what just happened? And it rewound. Oh, we got to see this. Wait a minute. I do own things.
On this one?
Go to purchase. Yeah, because it's my account,
Okay.
right?
Are you sure we should go to purchase?
Hell yeah. No, we'll just go to TED Talk. That's better anyway. We won't get sued by TED. My year reading a book from every country in the world. What a wasted year.
Come on. Okay, let's... The
12-year-old app developer. So we're going to watch a TED Talk.
Right.
I don't know about you, but I often don't understand what those really super smart
Right,
people are
yes,
saying.
exactly.
Especially 12-year-olds.
I created it because a lot of people at school disliked Justin Bieber a little bit. So I decided
What did he just say?
to make the app. So Bieber, which is a Justin Bieber whack-a-mole.
Oh, I know this kid.
I
he's been on
created it
Twitch.
because a
Really?
lot of people
Yeah.
at school
So you can say,
disliked
what did he just
Justin
say?
Bieber.
So that went back. But so what
So
just happened? That's the one I want to try.
decided Make the app.
What just happened?
Programming it. The app was a
It went
user
even farther back.
and it
30
didn't do the
seconds.
closed caption.
that would display different
And no
colors
closed
of Earth,
caption.
Right.
depending on
So
what the
yeah,
function
the
was.
other tips,
My favorite
the
and most
remote, you
successful
can point it
app
anywhere, and if you slide, like you can slide to fast forward slowly or fast forward far or
I love
back.
that.
That is really nice.
That's a really nice feature. You know, if they have Amazon streaming, I'm going to be very happy.
Yeah.
Who is this kid? Because I know I've met him. I think his father came by with him to our studios.
What am I watching?
You could do that? That's Thomas Suarez.
Thomas Suarez, a 12-year-old app developer.
He's a fan. If you're watching Thomas, hey, nice TED Talk. That was TEDx Manhattan Beach.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I have a few other tips that I would like to show you.
Okay.
The remote you have to charge, like the Apple Pencil.
Stingy bro.
I have not recharged mine in a long time.
You haven't? Oh, in a long time.
Never.
My kids always recharge mine, so I don't actually know if it needs to be or. But
I
you
think
can,
when we first got it, I plugged it in, and then I haven't done it since.
Well, here's a good tip. If you think you're going to be away from a charger and you want to know how much power your remote has,
do.
you go to Settings.
Oh.
Then you go to Remotes and
Oh,
Devices.
it'll give you a battery?
Yes, Burke showed me this because it's not easy. You're like, okay, well, where's the battery
see, this is
level?
set to slow.
Then you have to go to Bluetooth,
Oh.
and then you can see
Connected.
by the picture.
Okay.
How-
And eventually it's going to see the...
Well, it'll see the other devices. You can hook up some Bluetooth
yeah, I have
headphones if you want
a
to.
joystick, a
Joystick,
controller
yes,
hooked up.
the controller. So that's how much you can see how much
But
battery just by the
Oh, it
the
doesn't say a
battery.
percentage, it just shows
No,
it.
it shows
Okay.
you're full. You're good.
I'm good.
You can watch TV for the rest of
You
the
know,
day.
that's Burke.
and-
He charges it up probably every
He
night,
does.
like your son.
So you can also add different accounts. That might be helpful. This is your account.
I can have more than one account?
Yes, and you can go back and forth. So that's in settings too.
Oh, I like that.
So, yeah.
You know, we're going to do, and you should watch our
Add new
holiday
Apple accounts.
special. We are going to set up one of everything.
We are. And I got a question just recently about how do I set up a new iPad. So that's
Right.
what we will do in the future. We'll set up the Apple TV, we'll set up an iPad, set up a new iPhone, an Apple Watch.
And this will be our holiday special.
Yes, that
We'll be sitting under a tree. We're going to be wearing jammies. It's going to be so
But
exciting.
it'll be after the holidays, so it'll be after everybody opens
Because
their
you
stuff.
need to know after you get the gift
So, right.
what to do with it.
Exactly. So I think that we have a couple more questions, but I'm having some technical difficulties. And we've gone a long time, so maybe I'll save those questions for
I
next
think
week.
it's time to
Yeah.
talk about texture.
I think so too.
Oh my goodness, have you read the latest?
The latest
have.
Entertainment Weekly?
And that's what I love about Texture. Yeah, sure. I use Texture to subscribe to all those intellectual magazines, Wired and Fortune. I'm reading the Rolling Stone
Architectural
article.
Digest.
All that good. But every once in a while, especially if when you're on a plane, you want something light. And I can read my gossip magazines too. Texture is like Netflix for magazines. It's so great. It's a must-have. If you have an iPad, you gotta have Texture. You can subscribe to all the best magazines. Pick a category and you'll see everything from Time and Vogue to Esquire, National Geographic, of course, Entertainment Weekly and People are there, Sports Illustrated. I read my Wired articles. But by the way, I should point out, look at all these magazines. I should point out, it's very common that you want one article in a magazine, but it would be so expensive to subscribe just for that one article a month, or to go to the newsstands, even more expensive. And then you got the magazine, it clutters your life, your coffee table's jammed, you just feel bad about it. With Texture, you get all of these magazines, the same experience you'd had if you were reading them, plus bonus features like videos, delivered automatically to your device, whether it's an iPhone, an Android device, and even if you're in the air, you can read your magazines because it doesn't require a connection. See, I gotta get Diabetic Living because that's got all the foods I can eat in there. Texture, it's so great. We're gonna give you a month free of this. Dwell, I love Dwell. Do you read Dwell?
I don't.
It's so inspiring. It's like incredible places people live, like all these ideas. So there's my Entertainment Weekly. Look, J-Law, never looked better, huh? Entrepreneur Magazine. So here's the deal. We're going to give you a month free. If you go to texture.com/iOS, there's two different kinds of subscriptions. We'll give you the free premium subscription for a month. It depends on the magazines you want to read, but you'll love it. No more clutter. Read just what you want to. They help you find articles. They have a curated collections that let you delve deeper into articles from Fortune and Fast Company, Newsweek, Rolling Stone, and all of that. It's really great. I just love it. In fact, when I don't have it, I'm like going nuts. And if you do any traveling, if you get on an airplane, I know I always used to go to the airplane bookstore, stock up. You don't need to do that anymore. With or without Wi-Fi. Texture.com/iOS. 30 days free. Support them, and you're supporting us because they are one of our great advertisers. Texture.com/iOS. Thank you for your support, Texture. Hat time.
All right, hat time.
Time for your rep, Caps.
Oh, this is nice. Like,
Oh, you know what?
This called?
She knew. It's Blue Beanie Day.
Oh, it's Blue Beanie Day.
It's Blue Beanie Day. Do you know what that means?
No.
In fact, I need a blue beanie. I need a blue beanie because I should be wearing a blue beanie too.
You should be wearing a blue beanie.
This is a Zeldman started this. Oh. Hi, Zeldman. This is to show your support for web standards. We all support web standards, don't we?
Yes.
November 30th every year. I wear a poppy for November 11th and a blue beanie on November 30th.
Are you just making this up, or is this actually true?
You don't know, do you?
No, I don't know.
You have no idea.
No, I did not know.
I could be
There's your blue
completely
beanie.
making this
No.
up. No, we do wear blue beanies, see? Thank you, Zeldman. And we do support web standards, don't you? There people are putting their blue beanies on their Twitter profiles. We are in luck because we can actually wear our blue beanies
We
for
can.
Blue Beanie Day. Web standards, they're a good thing. Keep
Well,
it
I
up.
wish I had an app for web standards, but my
There's
app...
no app for that.
Okay.
In fact, it's the opposite of web standards.
Right. Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
My app cap today, this is app cap, web standards, and our favorite app of the week. My favorite app is Waze, which is not new, but they have new Star Wars.
Did you? You did.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
I want to hear this. I wanted to get
Okay.
this so bad.
So,
You can get C-3PO, right?
you can get C-3PO, and they can
R2
go on
wouldn't be
adventures.
so useful.
No, right. So let me get to the settings here. You go to the settings.
So you get turn-by-turn directions in C-3PO's voice.
Let's go.
Oh, there yours is.
I can assure you they will never get me onto one of those dreadful starships.
So now, unfortunately, that's all we're going to hear because I can't really
You can't go anywhere.
take you with me as I drive.
So I was super excited about this, and then I tried to set it up before, and
So I
had
got
it-
C, but now it's interesting because it just said Star Wars, so I think there's some BB-8 in there. There's other stuff.
You can
it's
go
not
on
just
it,
C-3PO.
yeah, adventures with BB-8.
I can go on an adventure.
You can, but you have to join, and then your Wazer will show the Star Wars team logo, so
Oh,
that everyone
wow.
knows it's not just you.
Yeah, because
It's road goodies. That's what it is.
You know what we got to do after the show is get in the car
and go, yeah.
and take you for a ride.
Right. So you get the road goodies. It's all good.
I
you
don't-
find it, and then you'll never find it again.
I just went to sounds, languages, and it was there. It said
it just
Star
was there.
Wars. Yeah.
It just.
Yeah.
Mine was there too,
But you didn't have it?
but I had to sign up for it before.
Oh, I must have. Maybe because you
I
know
think we
me and
signed up
Star
for it
Wars.
before.
I probably signed up for it before.
It's free, and
Hello, I am
I need to go back on
C-3PO,
vacation.
Human Cyborg Relations. How might I serve you?
Okay, let me do one more. Okay, and then we'll. I'm gonna go to Payless Shoe Source.
and then I'll do my app cap,
Okay.
which is the snowy Apple TV.
Let's see what happens.
In half a mile, turn right, master.
Master, I like that. Or
That is
monster.
nice.
Maybe he's calling me a monster.
Now, what the voices don't do, they'll never do the street name for you.
Because it's too complicated for a robot to read street names. Mine is something that probably most of you who are watching this show and freezing your butts off don't want. But here we are. Feel sorry for us in California. We're at 73 degrees. The sun is shining. The palm trees are blowing. We don't get winter. We don't get it at all. So that's why we have to install winter on our iPads.
Are you going to do it on the iPad or the Apple TV?
Well, okay, we could do it on the Apple
Well,
TV
no, you
too.
do
It's called
both.
I could do it on both. It's called Peaceful Snowfall. And one of the nice things, if you buy it, you can do it both on your Apple TV and on your iPad. So Peaceful Snowfall HD. So first I'll show it on the iPad, then we'll show it on the Apple TV. It's snowing. It's peaceful.
I need that right now.
Beautiful music.
Oh, it's so cold.
Oh, it got colder. Why'd you tap it?
Just because I
Changes the
wanted to see
scene.
if it was really cold.
It actually changes the scene. You can also change how much snow. You can say how often the scenes change. I notice on the Apple TV they change an awful lot. I don't know, it'd be kind of fun to have a lot of snow and make it big. What do you say?
I said big snow.
Let's say big snow, and it's going to just be a ton of it. Oh, here we are at the ski chalet.
Oh, I like
First one in's a rotten egg.
that. I'm going to go there. I
Yep.
feel like I'm there right now.
All right, now imagine it on your Apple TV, so you can also get it on your Apple TV. What's nice about this is you could put this on your big screen, and you just feel like you were, I don't know, somewhere. Oh, it's Christmas on my Apple TV. Go ahead and take a look. Do you have the Apple TV?
There
it is.
we go.
Now, see, for some reason it changes really fast in the Apple. See, like we're moving really
Oh,
quickly.
that's because I'm changing it with the remote.
Oh. You're so impatient. Oh, I feel like we're in Japan now.
Oh, yeah.
The Sakura Festival is going to be just a few months away.
I can imagine having this, if your TV's in your living room, having it on and
During
just
Christmas.
playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or whatever
Oh,
holidays
the
you
weather
celebrate.
outside is frightful.
So I think that's it. That's all we got.
Those are the worst app caps we've ever done.
Yours is great. Mine was working before, but yeah. You know how Waze works.
I love big snow. You know what's nice? You never have to shovel it.
Yeah, that is nice.
You don't have to go to the store in it. If you decide, hey, I've had enough, you can turn it off.
Right, no frostbite.
They have a lot of different scenes, though. It's kind of fun. Oh, there we are in Vermont.
That's in the healthy fitness section of Apple TV if you're looking for that.
Yeah, because it makes you
Yes.
feel so healthy. Look how
Meditative.
fit those snowballs are.
That's all for this show, this
Let's-
iOS Today. I hope you learned something. If you didn't, you can always email me, megan@twit.tv, and say, get your act together, because I will.
No, she won't. I've known her for years. She still hasn't gotten her act together. No, you're great. This is fun, and I thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Next week. Yep.
on iOS Today.